Welcome to a Burchfield Penny Art Center at-home art activity. My name is Michaela. I'm the Art Center educator at the Burchfield Penny Art Center. Today's at-home art activity is inspired by a few Charles Burchfield paintings. He did these while looking out his own windows. First, we're going to look at Stormy Sky in Late August, Summer Garden, and then Over the Porch Roof. I'm going to show you how to make your own observational sketch or painting at home with supplies you already have around the house. Supplies for the project are very flexible and depending on what you have available. So today I'm going to be using paper, pencil, some colored pencils, and I have these really fun watercolor pens. But please use whatever you have at your home. Before you begin, choose the window in your home that has your favorite view. Take a seat and let's get started. You'll start by lightly sketching out the largest things you see through your window, like trees, roads, houses, and cars.
Remember to not get caught up in the details at this point. We're just using large shapes to map out where things will go. I live on a very busy street, so I'm constantly seeing cars drive by my house. In my drawing, I'm going to add my road and a car. I have two large trees in my front yard, so they will go in the foreground since they're the closest to me. And from my window, I can see the house across the street. So you can see that I've added that lightly into the background. Now, the fun thing about sketching what you see is that you can choose what makes it into your drawing. Here I am starting to sketch out my tree. And I think because of where the second tree in my yard is, I might omit that altogether and just have this one tree in my picture. As you start adding in more shapes and objects into your drawing, remember where your highlights and shadows are in your drawing. You can easily remember this by looking at where the sun or light is hitting the object and in what direction. So for example, in my drawing, the sun is coming from the left side. So as you can see on the right, I'm adding in dark shadows and lines to indicate that those are not getting hit by light and leaving the other areas untouched. This will give the illusion of depth and shadows. You may have noticed that I've left my sky blank. That's because I'm going to use my colored pencils next. So open your windows for this next step. I want you to listen to the sounds you hear outside. An important element of Burchfield's work was his attention to sound. You'll notice in some of his paintings squiggly lines or zigzags in the sky or on the ground to mimic the sounds he hears in nature. Focus on one sound to start. If you had to choose a color for that sound, what would it be? What kind of lines would you use to draw that sound? The first sound I heard was the rustling of the grass in the wind. So I decided to use green marker and pencil to show the rustling sounds in like little zigzag shapes. Keep listening to the sounds that you hear. What do you hear outside? Repeat this step till your whole picture is full of different colors and textures. While I was sketching, I heard the sound of cars driving by my house, birds singing in the trees, and the wind blowing. It was also starting to rain a little bit, so I chose to change the clouds. You can also use the silence as a sound and fill in any empty spaces that you have left in your picture. When you're finished with your drawing, you can add it to your very own window frame. Share your artwork with us with our hashtag BurchfieldConnects. And check out our website, burchfieldpenny.org, for more at-home art activities.